Something I've been asked a lot lately is where I learned how to invest and how I research stocks. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite resources where you can learn for free. And of course, I'm not an investing or trading expert. I've only really been actively trading for a year, so I'm constantly learning and always trying to get better. Also, I like to try and learn as much as I can from free resources as possible, so just about all these things you don't have to pay for. Let me also clarify between investing and trading. Investing is more of a long-term buy and hold strategy to gradually build wealth. An example of this would be a retirement account, like a 401k or an IRA. You're probably not logging on every day to check the performance and make adjustments to your holdings. You just let time do its thing. With trading, you're looking at more short-term transactions that can get you higher returns. So maybe you have a Webull or Robinhood or TD Ameritrade account that you actively buy and sell stocks and options in for fun. Since it is more active, you'll probably hope to get more than 8% annual returns. And of course, you could actually trade inside of a retirement account, or you can just buy and hold in a regular brokerage account. So these are just examples. For me, I tend to lean more towards the trading side of things. My approach is to use limited funds to start and then trade my way up instead of doing regular deposits once a month or whatever. Now this can be difficult, but it also limits my actual losses to whatever I deposit. Now when it comes to investing, I actually have a few retirement accounts and a few smaller accounts that I kickstarted with about $1,000. My goal this year is to make consistent deposits every month to a long-term investing portfolio, which consists of ETFs and shares of companies that I like. So regardless of what you're looking to do based off of your own interests and financial goals, let's talk about how you can start to learn. Like most things, I'm only self-taught, so I've relied on a lot of free resources to help me along the way. If you find the stock market completely baffling, you'll need to start building a foundation of knowledge. Now, my favorite resource for learning the basics is a website called Investopedia. While they do have courses available to purchase, I've never paid for anything on their site. Instead, there are hundreds of free articles breaking down terminology and concepts. So if you hear everyone talking about a short squeeze, you can just type that into Investopedia and read an entire article breaking down the concept and terminology for you. If you want to learn trading platforms and tools, well, guess what? It's all right here. If you want to know what a bullish pennant is, just search for it. Same with anything else, just search and read. I've learned so much from Investopedia without spending a dime. Now, if you want to do research on a particular company, I recommend checking out FinViz. Type in the ticker of the stock you want to learn about, and FinViz will pull up its chart and all the numbers you want to know. Then if you see something like P/E and don't know what it means, well, you can hover over it and it'll tell you what it stands for. Then you can hop back over to Investopedia and learn about price to earnings ratios. There's a lot of other stuff on here as well, like there's a scanner which essentially filters out companies based on the criteria you select. So let's say that you want to find companies that have over a $200 billion market cap that also have a dividend yield of over 3%. You can see it just shows us the 5 stocks that meet this criteria. Oh, and if you want to learn more about a dividend yield, guess what? That's right, go to Investopedia and just start reading all about it. Also, speaking of dividends, you can go to dividend.com to get more dividend-specific info. They do kind of push their premium plan on you for $150 a year, which I don't pay for, and I recommend you do as much learning as you can for free, but it can give you some ideas that you can take and research elsewhere. Stock options have exploded in popularity among retail traders in the past few years, thanks mainly to Robinhood and Wall Street Bets on Reddit. If you aren't familiar with stock options, they allow you to control 100 shares of a company with just one single contract. This one contract is generally a lot cheaper than actually buying 100 shares of the company, so it allows you to use leverage to potentially make way more money. Or lose way more money. Personally, I love trading stock options, but it's definitely not for everyone. There is more risk involved with stock options because your options can expire worthless. It can be confusing and kind of scary to learn, so once you've read the basics on Investopedia, time to head to YouTube. A great channel for learning options strategies is called Option Alpha. He has over 2,000 videos all about options that can really help you get a better understanding of how they work and the different strategies you can use for various situations. Another YouTube channel that's great for helping you wrap your head around options is In the Money. Adam is super smart and really demystifies options by breaking down the math on them and then how you can benefit by trading them. If you want to learn options seriously, dive in and watch all of his videos, and you should feel like you have a pretty good grasp on them afterwards. Next on the list is Tasty Trade. They've got free courses on options trading tailored for beginners. They also have a ton of shows like Mike and his whiteboard, where he breaks down options in a lot of detail, going from basic concepts to more advanced strategies. Technical analysis is one of those things that can be a little polarizing. Some people think that it doesn't work, and some people make a living by trading off of it. Either way, with technical analysis, you're looking at patterns and trends with price movement and volume to get a better idea of where the price may go to next. This is more used with trading than investing, but either way, it's good to know about. Back on YouTube, Wise Trade has some nice videos on utilizing different indicators and identifying candlestick patterns. And while they don't have a lot of videos, the ones they do have are pretty in-depth and helpful. They use Forex for their examples, but the same concepts apply to stocks. Also on YouTube is Trading with Rainer. He's one of the biggest YouTubers covering technical analysis, so he has tons of videos for you to learn from. He also has a blog with written articles if you prefer learning that way. Next, if you're just looking for trade ideas, there are a few places that may be helpful. The first one is Reddit. And no, not Wall Street Bets, even though every once in a while there is a good gem in there, but now, especially after adding like 7 million new members, it'll be hard to find the useful ideas. So instead, check out the options subreddit. There does tend to be some spillover from Wall Street Bets, but it's definitely more serious. Not only can you learn a lot from questions that get answered there, but you can also get an idea of what other traders are looking for and what tickers they are considering trading options on. I also find some Discord groups can be good places to bounce around ideas and get an idea of what other traders think of different setups and stocks. The YouTube channel Dumb Money has a free Discord group with thousands of members. People will post thoughtful due diligence on different ideas and post trade ideas in all sorts of different sectors, so it can be a good way to get companies on your radar that you may have never even thought of. Also, the YouTuber Trades by Matt has a free Discord group as well. This one is a little more focused on futures trading, but they will discuss options and equities and play chess, I guess. Anyways, the point is trading can be an isolating profession or hobby or whatever it is to you, so I do recommend finding a community of people that you can learn from. On a related note, I do recommend following some people from the financial world on Twitter, from trade ideas to option flow to political and financial news to just insight and opinions from people with a lot of experience in the financial world. This can be a good way to get outside of the echo chamber you may find yourself in. Some people on here will have bad takes or just be wrong about things, but it can always be good to find a balance of different viewpoints. I also get asked if I'd recommend any books on trading. The only book I'd really recommend is a book called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Trading is a huge psychological game, and this book seeks to get your mind right. I have the audiobook, and honestly, I'm still working my way through it, but I haven't read any other books when it comes to trading. With investing in general, there are the classic books like The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, or The Little Book of Common Sense Investing by John Bogle, but I haven't read either of those. I have read a bunch of other books on personal finance and business, which I could really make an entire video out of, so we'll get more into that another time. Now, to take a little turn away from the stock market, if you're interested in real estate investing, I cannot recommend BiggerPockets enough. I believe it's the largest social network for real estate investors online, with a huge forum covering just about every topic imaginable, blog posts, how-to guides, and investment calculators. Just about everything you need is free too, so that's great. On the same note, the BiggerPockets podcast is a really great resource as well. I've listened to hundreds of episodes of this podcast and learned so much from every episode. So if you want to learn more about real estate investing, it's a must listen. They also have another podcast called the BiggerPockets Business Podcast, which covers more small business and entrepreneurial topics. I love business and I find it fascinating, so if that's something you're into, you'll probably feel the same way. If you want to learn more about real estate investing and flipping vacant land in particular, which I've actually done before, I recommend checking out retipster.com. This is where I started learning years ago, and the site has just kept growing with lots of useful blog posts and a podcast to go along with it. So these are all my favorite resources to learn from, but I'm sure I left out some really good ones. So if you know any free resources that have helped you, leave a comment below so everyone else can benefit from it. As always, try to keep your money in your pocket as you're learning. I know there are a lot of services and courses out there, but I believe you can learn so much just for free. It is hard and it does take time and commitment to really start to wrap your head around it. There really is no shortcut to it, but I believe all of the resources I mentioned in this video can help you on your way. And if you have anything else you want to see me cover in future videos, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button on this video. It'll really help this channel out. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.